Back with Warframe, gonna be starting the Limbo Theorem. The Limbo Theorem quest cannot be completed without an Archwing, which we already have. Piece together the Limbo Theorem to uncover its source. And we have a dude here. I don't know who this dude is. Also, I tried to do this quest earlier, but then I had to like end the recording, and then that got lost. So, yes, like I think I did the first 2 minutes of this, checked the inbox, got it, but I'm gonna go through it again. Um, yeah, and it looks like, so this dude taken down a whole bunch of Grineer. So is he called the Limbo? Is he the cause of these Grineer on the floor? Maybe, I don't know. And then, so yeah, let's look at the inbox. Alright, so here's the inbox. Transmission from Ortis. These items have been delivered to your inventory. Limbo and Europic's Theorem Blueprint, and I think we can play this again.
So, this Limbo Theorem you picked up, it's supposed to lead to a new Warframe? Well, it's woefully incomplete. Half-written proofs? Unfinished equations? What idiot wrote this mess? Okay. There is one thing here. A constant. A tuning frequency. But it's so minute. The orbiter's antenna would never be able to... Unless... Go to your nav console. I have an idea. Any chance of recovering Limbo, you have to find those proof fragments to complete the theorem.
Okay, so I just had to start a mission and then end it so that we can get some more dialogue from Ortis. Okay, so now we have to gather proof fragments and craft the Limbo Neuropics theorem. So this quest is probably gonna lead to a new Warframe, is what I'm imagining. Even Ortis sent something about it, something about a new Warframe. He wasn't too happy about the equations and all the schematics. He's like, what idiot wrote this? Okay, so we have... What is this mission? Capture enemy towers mission. Okay. Does it make sense lore-wise? I mean, yeah, it does. So you capture towers, you acquire information to gather proof fragments and all that to lead to the next... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I guess now is a good time to cover comments and also, like, yeah, so I went through some life changes. Using a different computer now, have to lower the graphics a bit. The audio might also sound not normal. Oh shoot, this is done. The audio also might not sound like normal because I had to adjust. I had to change. I tried to like copy everything that the initial computer had. I don't know if I got it to the same extent, so it might sound different too. Yeah, I had to change the options as well to match it as well, and then someone that, like, I was writing down comments to read them. Oh geez, what am I doing? Okay, hold on, where's this bee? Usually what I do is I just write down comments that I'll be going over in the video, but then yeah, that got lost. So I think like 15 comments. Oh shoot, I gotta get rid of this. Yeah, like probably like 15 comments got lost, so I don't know if, like, it would be very difficult for me to track... Why is there so many enemies? It would be very difficult for me to track down which comments I've already covered, and so, yeah, those 15 comments, they're gone. I'm not going to be able to cover them, unfortunately. But I did, yeah, come up with a new strategy, so instead of writing down comments, I'm just going to go on my YouTube channel, and then when I cover the comment in the video, then I'll heart it, give it a like. I won't cover like all the comments because yeah, I'll only cover it if it's like appropriate. Sometimes yeah, some comments are a little bit, I don't really want to cover it, but I'll still like heart it so that it helps me figure out whether I've dealt with it, whether I want to comment, whether I want to cover it or not. Yes. And then okay, so I'm gonna try out what I just said. So this is from the Necros video. So Necros 3 is a toggle. You can toggle it on and on. Oops, give me 1 second. So you can toggle it on and off, and it will work on corpses around you however long you can sustain it. It has an extra chance... Where am I going? Has an extra chance for an enemy to drop a health orb and then a 54% chance for them to also drop another loot. Oh no, I'm in conflict. Okay, reading and playing, a little bit difficult. I mean, nothing much is happening, that's why I'm not so focused on the gameplay. Where's the damn... Okay, there it is. Okay, so... it's a separate drop, not a multiplier. Ooh. Okay, that makes sense. And then augment mods are sold by different syndicates. And they are indeed Warframe specific. They usually alter an ability in some way and range from borderline useless to almost necessary to enjoy the frame or different ones. Not all frames have the same amount of augments. Yeah, I had no idea the Necros is a toggle. I thought you had to use it constantly, and I'm like, oh my god. Who has the patience for this to go to every corpse, press 3, and the animation's so long, so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be using this, but if it is a toggle, then yeah, thank god for that. And I also like saw another comment, they're like, when like an older version of Necros, that's how you actually had to use it, you had to press it. It was not a toggle ability, apparently. Thank god for the toggle ability. Can't imagine going through the pain of going to each corpse, pressing 3, waiting for the animation to finish. That's so brutal. Okay, so next comment. Yeah, some ability tips are a bit misleading. Marked for death can hit multiple enemies with one cast. Issue is you gotta line it up. And Necros' forward call. Oh jeez, it is so hard to read. Okay, for the slash percentage of your weapon determines if enemies will cut in pieces on kill. This results in additional loot chances. You cut the body in 2, you have a 108% drop chance. Also, you do not need to cast on the enemies, you just have to act. Yeah, so we read that. Oh shoot, how did all the towers get capped? Oh, because it's probably round 2, right? Oh, yeah, let me just take care of this. Gotta wait. Also, try around with the mods in the Simulacrum. It's a good, and immediately see the difference. 140% strength of the duration what and range gives you. Yeah, definitely. I'm not too concerned about modding and seeing how much damage I can do with it. Why isn't this capturing? Hello? What? What is the objective right now? Capture enemy tower? Oh! Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Yeah, so I'm not really that interested in like studying the mods, how much damage the ability to do with the mods. I'm just interested in just to get a general idea of how the ability works and how relevant it is. So I might not be doing thousands of damage, but I can compare the first ability damage to the fourth ability damage, and I can say, like, you know, the first ability does 100 damage, the second ability does like 80 damage, so obviously the first ability is better damage wise, so I don't need to compare like 100,000 damage versus 80,000. It's not gonna matter to me. Okay, what do we do now? Is there oh, there's probably a transmission going on. I hate when this happens. Okay, I tried to exit the game and enter it, and yeah, we're not getting any new transmission. It says to gather proof fragments and craft. Wait, didn't we just do this? What? I have no idea what's going on. And then yeah, the comment said if you slash enemies into multiple parts, you get an additional loot drop. I didn't know that. That's pretty neat. Okay, you know what happened? You know what probably happened? I probably extracted way too early. Oh my god. I didn't know. Oh jeez. Okay, I gotta pay attention. Also, I increased the game music volume because I noticed that when I watch YouTube videos, the music really adds to the entertainment. And sometimes when I look back on my old Warframe videos, there's a lack of music. It just kind of feels empty with me just talking. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure that the music is high, just to make it more entertaining, I guess. Still gonna be playing around with it. I'm just gonna have to look back on this recording and see if the music volume was loud enough. Okay, reached this point again. I think I'm supposed to keep going, right? Okay. And I gotta capture towers again. Alright, here we go. Oh, lovely. And then the comment said, sometimes you confuse me a little. Like the Terrify armor strip is pretty straightforward, just try and you see. Same for some of the impressions you had, I think your Bobbin video I mentioned. But you can stack his grenades like many other things in the game. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen with me. Anytime I try things first time, not really gonna be sure what's going on, even though like I'm reading it and I'm processing it. It's just not gonna click the first time. I just have to play around with it a little bit, maybe reread it again. It's basically like, you know, school. Like the first time you read a theorem, you're like, okay, what the hell is this? I don't really get it. But then you read it again, and then you like the more you read it, the more time you spend struggling with it, the more you start to understand it, and that's just how it is for everything in life. um, yeah, definitely valid to be confused though about my videos. And then what else? So for the fourth ability, the comment wanted to follow up on that. So he said, to add to that, there's a buffer of 20 enemies, last enemies you killed, that the game then chooses from the grab the strongest, according to the game. 7. So don't get confused if the extremist you killed 20 minutes ago doesn't show up. Ooh, that's neat. So if you... Yeah, if the extremist is the 21st enemy that you killed, you're not gonna grab him with your fourth ability. I had no idea. It doesn't even say in the description of the ability. I'm glad. I guess you could check this out on the Warframe wiki. But I'm already overwhelmed with info, so I don't think I'll be looking at that anytime soon. I think the only time I'll be looking at the wiki is if I've got really comfortable with frame, and I really like the frame, so then I might look for more ways to kind of min-max it further, so then I'll look at it. But like right now, this is my first time. That was my first time looking at Necros. I'm not going to be looking at the wiki. It's just going to be way too overwhelming for a first time kind of thing. Okay, next comment says, the main reason people use Necros is for his 3, Desecrate ability. The most useful bit of information I think I have is the more pieces an enemy is in, the more chances of resources dropping from each part. Yeah, so I think Necros is great for like farming loot, farming resources, and while I was doing my own research, I think like 2 months ago, about what frame is best for farming, and Necros showed up to be one of them. Or like farming resources, yeah, so that was the main reason I got Necros. So once I've completely maxed out all frames, I'm just gonna stick with Necros, toggle that third ability, and then just get tons and tons of loot. So how long do I have to do this for? Do I have to do this for 4 rounds? Oh geez. Okay. And then same comment said, I like that it tells you which tower is going to get taken next. Same comment says, on his 4 you can summon up to 7. However, even if you summon the max number of enemies, even if you summon the max enemies that summons of their own, add to the count. Very interesting. So if you like, I'm guessing if you summon an enemy that and also summon other things, it will add to the count. But what happens if you summon an enemy and then you're at the max limit 7, right? And then it tries to summon its own unit. So are you gonna have 8 units, or are you just still gonna have 7 because it can't summon it? Very interesting question, or very interesting mechanics about Necros. Damn. Okay, I've reached this window again. Do we just keep going? Okay, maybe I have to look this up online. Oh, 1 proof fragment. There it is. How did I get that? What dropped that? I have no clue. Okay, I got the proof fragments. Am I supposed to go in here and craft something? Limbo... This? Okay, let's craft it.
Good. Now we get to find out what all this limbo nonsense is about. I await the theorem's completion.
This will cost 0 platinum to... Oh.
Okay, good. Wait. The horizon mask cannot be inverted to...
This is preposterous.
Operator, I'm sorry. You did all this work. And this so-called theorem is still completely invalid. It's as if all these proofs point to nothingness. It's just utterly irrational. There's only one valid coordinate in the entire proof. I've marked it on your navigation console, but I'm sure it's a waste of time.
Okay, so we gotta keep looking for more blueprints. Recover a Limbo Neuroptics blueprint. That's the next goal.